Hi guys, today we're going to be doing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, part 10. And we're going to start reading where we left off. Oh yeah, 74. 75. Let's get going. He did look very green, and when the car stopped at last beside a small door in the passage wall, Hagrid got out and had to lean against the wall to stop his knees from trembling. Griphook unlocked the door. A lot of green smoke came billowing, and as it cleared, Harry gasped. There were mounds of gold coins, columns of silver, heaps of brown nuts. All yours, said Hagrid. All Harry's. It was incredible. The Dursleys didn't have known about this, or they'd have it from him faster than blinking. How often did they complain how much Harry cost them to keep? And all the time there had been a small fortune belonging to him. Buried deep under London, Hagrid helped Harry pile some of it into bags. The gold ones are Galdians, he explained. 17 silver stickles and Galtian and 29 nuts to a stickle. It's easy enough, right? That should be enough to keep a couple of terms. We'll have a rest safe for you. He turned to Griphook. Vault 713 now, please. And can we go more slowly? One speed only, said Griphook. We're going even deeper and gathering speed. The air is going to come colder and colder and hurtle round tighter corners. They went rattling over the underground ravine and leaned around the side to try to see what was down at the dark bottom. But Hagrid groaned and pulled himself by the scruff of his neck. Vault 713 had no keyhole. Stand back, said Griphook importantly. He stroked the door gently with one of his long fingers and it simply melted away. If anyone was a Gringotts goblin that tried that, they'd be sucked into the door and trapped in here, said Griphook. Do you check to see if anyone inside, said Harry. About once every 10 years, said Griphook, and a rather nasty grin. Something really extraordinary had to be to top security value. Harry was sure, and he leaned forward eagerly, expecting to see fabulous jewels and at very least. But at first, he thought it was empty. They noticed a grumpy little package wrapped into the deep inside his coat. Harry longed to know what it was, but knew better than to ask. Come on, he said, infernal carts. Don't talk to me on the way back. It is best to keep your mouth shut, said Hagrid. The wild cart ride later, he stood blinking in the sunlight outside Gringotts. Harry didn't know where to run first. Now that he had a bag full of money, he didn't have to know how many galanos there were to be pound to know what he was holding, more money than he had in his whole life. More money than even Dooley ever had. Maybe for your uniform, said Hagrid, nodding toward Madame McKean robes for all, or to say so. Listen, Harry, would you mind if I slipped off for a pick me up at the leaky carton? I hate them Gringotts cart. But he looked a bit sick. So Harry entered Madame McTeen's shop alone, feeling nervous. Madame McTeen was squat, smiling witch dressed in all in Minerve. Hogwarts, dear, she said when Harry started to speak. Got a lot in there. Another young man began fitted up just right. In fact, there, in the back of the shop, a boy with a pale face pointed. He was a footstool. He was a footstool. In the back of the shop, a boy with a pale, pointed face was standing on a footstool, while a second witch pinned him on the long black robes. Madame McTeen stood Harry on the stool next to him, slipped on the robe over his head, and began to pin it in the length. Hello, said the boy. Hogwarts too? Yes, said Harry. My father next door is buying me books, and my mother up the street is looking for wands, said the boy. He had a bored, drawling voice. Then I'm going to drag them off to the racing brooms, and I don't see why first years don't have their own. I think I'll bully father into getting me one of those smuggle into it somehow. Harry said strongly, reminded of Dooley. Have you got your own broom? The boy went on. No, said Harry. Play Quidditch at all. No, Harry said it again, quick wondering what on earth Quidditch could be. I do. Father says it's a crime, and I'm not picked to play for my house, and I must stay. I agree. Know what house you'll be in yet? No, said Harry, feeling more stupid by the minute. Well, no one really gets to know, but do they? But I know I'll be in Slytherin. Our family have been. Imagine being in Hufflepuff. I'd think I'll idly wouldn't you? Said Harry, wishing he could say something a bit more interesting. I say, look at that man. The boy suddenly nodding toward the door in the front window. Hagrid was standing there, grinning at the boy, with large 2 ice creams in his to show he couldn't come in. That's Hagrid, said Harry, pleased to know something the boy didn't. He works at Hogwarts. Oh, said the boy, I've heard of him. He's sort of a servant, isn't he? He's a gamekeeper, said Harry. He was liking the boy less and less every second. Yes, I've heard he's a savage and lives in a hut on the school grounds, and every now and then he gets drunk, tries to do magic, and ends up setting fire into his bed. I think he's brilliant, said Harley coldly. Do you? Said the boy with a slight sneer. Why was he with you? Where are your parents? They're dead, said Harry shortly. He didn't feel like going into the matter with this boy. Oh, sorry, said the other, not sounding sorry at all. But they were our kind, weren't they? They were the witch and wizard, and that's what you mean. I don't don't really think you should have sort of, do you? They're not the same. They've never brought up to know our ways. Some of them have never even heard of Hogwarts until they get the letter. Imagine. I think they should keep it in the old wizarding families. What's her name anyway? But before Harry could answer, Madame Macking said, "That's all you done, my dear," said Harry, not sorry for an excuse to stop talking, and hopped down from his footstool. "Well, I guess I'll see you at Hogwarts, I suppose," said the drowning boy. Harry was rather quiet. "The ice cream Hagrid had bought us. Chocolate and raspberry with chopped nuts." "What's up?" said Hagrid. "Nothing," said Harry, lied to buy some parchment and quilts. Harry cheered up a little bit and found a bottle of ink that changed colors when you wrote. They left the shop, and then he said, "Hagrid, what's Quidditch?" "Bimley, Harry, I keep forgetting how you not knowing about Quidditch." "Don't make me feel worse," said Harry. He told Hagrid about the pale boy and Madame Nexus. He said people from the Muggle family shouldn't be even allowed in. "You're not from a Muggle family. If he'd known who you were, he's grown into your name. If his parents were wizarding folks, you saw what Avery and the Leaky Cardoon was like. Then, like, when they saw you. Anyway, what does he know about it? Some owe the best I ever saw. The only ones with magic in them, a long line. Oh, Muggles, look at your mum, and look at she had her for a sister. So who's Quidditch? It's our sport, wizard sport. I like to play. It's like soccer in the Muggle world. Everyone follows Quidditch. Played up in the air on broomsticks. There's 4 balls, sorta hard to explain the rules. And what about Slytherin and Hufflepuff? Schoolhouses. There's 4. Everyone says Hufflepuff are a lot of differs, but I bet I'm in Hufflepuff, said Harry gloomily. Better Hufflepuff than Slytherin, said Hagrid darkly. There's not a single witch or wizard who went bad. Who wasn't in Slytherin? You know who the one. Well, sorry. You know who was in Hogwarts. Years and years ago, said Hagrid. They bought Harry's school books and shop called Flourish and Bolts, where the shelves were stacked to the ceiling with books and lamps and silver books, stamps in cover of silk, books full of particular symbols, and a few books with nothing in them all. Even Dudley, who never read anything, would have gone wild to get his hand on some of these. Hagrid almost had to drag Harry away from the curses books. Between your friends, the Buffle and enemies with the latest revenge, hair loss, jelly legs, tongue tying, and much, much more, by Professor Venerigan. I was trying to find out how to curse Dudley. I'm not saying that's not a good idea, but you're not to use magic in the Muggle world, except very special occurrences, said Hagrid. And anyway, you couldn't work any of the curses yet. You'll need a lot more study before you get to that level. Hagrid wouldn't let Harry buy silver gold carton either. It was Predators on your list. But they got the nice scale of 10 and weighting potion ingredients and all the Kobolds brass telescope. Then they visited the Arthur-Scene, which is the most fascinating enough to make up for the horrible smell. A mixture of bad eggs and rotten cabbages. And that's where I'll stop. I'll see you next chapter, and this is, next part. And this is part 10. I hope you liked it. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Bye!